Welcome back to JoJo Bizarre Adventure Anime Review, episode number 51. You're probably noticing, basically, this is done like a little bit later than usual when it comes to Saturday, my first video. That's because, basically, I wasn't planning on leaving at basically 12:30. I'm leaving 2:30 today because I'm the only one here, and I'm going to go out to dinner tonight. Now, in the case of this episode, I'm discussing episodes 17 to 20 of JoJo Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean, which are also these episodes of the main anime, which is basically 169 to 171. Yep, that's simply put basically what exactly these episodes are. Now, in the case of these episodes, we basically have the first half, we have FF fighting an old man who is a master of basically a special type of assassination martial arts. Fights him for 2 straight episodes. And basically also involves like trying to swim in water, get into an electric chair, various stuff here. She gets wounded several times. Also this floating dragon. He gets defeated, and then pretty much in a way, like he gets trapped in a barrel and he's done. He's like torn up to pieces, and he's completely done. There's nothing of this old man. And also, we have Jolene watches the whole time. She's begging Anastasia to get involved, but he's like, no. She wanted this herself, so she can do it herself. She basically told him, do not interfere. And of course, he's basically wanting her wishes. And right after he's beaten, and then like they look for Dio's bone, and then all of a sudden, the prisoners turn into trees. Well, I basically found the one prisoner who touched it, and everybody turns to trees. They say it's an effect of the bone, per se. Possibly. First thing I saw, the short guy change where he's like, oh, he's short, and then he just grows like a tree out of his mouth. Yeah, it's kind of gross. And then Jolene gets affected by it too. And of course, all involving this green baby, which also happens to have the same scar birthmark on the same spot as her. And of course, you get outside, and then we see D&G. That's basically the last main stand user. He gets hit by this other stand user, who was given the survivor stand, which is described as the weakest stand out of all of them. It's very, very. It's the weakest stand. Then, like, they get outside, and of course, Jolene gets affected by the light where these trees are. She can turn to the tree, but look how she's going to have to go outside. So then we see that this strange, disgusting person just eats up the green baby, and of course they try to take it out, it doesn't work. And of course, like, oh, like it smells so bad, it's like he proceeds to try to lick Jolene's boots. Come here. Yeah, try to lick Jolene's boots per se. Yeah, but like, ugh, disgusting. So basically, FF is basically requested to go look for the stand user for this particular stand while they try to get away. Because the other is to keep the brother stand with them because he ate the green egg. And of course, they ride on a riverboat. Yes, a riverboat. And of course, Anastasia has no idea how to drive the thing. So basically, you have a stand driving a boat. Yeah, this is a bit of hilarity because Stan's part of people, and yet this thing is driving a boat. So they go out, they drive for a little while, and then of course Jolene stops talking because something wrong with her voice, though her voice will return a little bit later. Then, in order to hide from prison guards, they disguise as plants. Then, like, oh, there they are. Of course, they have to report back to the actual detention center. When they get there, they discover the trees are there, and then we see D&G where he's wounded. FF looks like he's about to kill him, and then, well, before this, we do see, she sees that the chaplain is there. Yes, the guy who's pretty much the main bad guy of this whole series. Yeah, and then he proceeds to put the music into a guy's head. Puts a seed in the guy's head because that's what his stand ability is, and he proceeds to have it play Hallelujah. Yes, seriously, puts in this particular song. Yes, you have a guy who puts a disc into another guy's head to play this music, to play gospel music. Okay. Yes, by far one of the most strangest stands, but the whole thing with the disc thing, in case you have forgotten, it's the main thing with it's the main like let's just say motif. One of the things that basically heavily drives Stone Ocean is this whole thing with the disc, because this guy can create discs out of stands and memories. Heck, he gives people stands just by shoving a disc in their freaking heads. I am not kidding about that. That's seriously what he does. Yep, and of course then she goes after D&G. She's about to kill him. And then she's stopped by the chapel where she realizes though, like, are you a snake? Are you the snake, Stan? He's like, what if I am? And yeah, kind of confirms that he kind of is, even though the viewer probably knew about that all along. But in the case of FF, this is she was the first person to find out about it. But yeah, the whole thing about this is to get their hands on that bone. And that's the main plot through these episodes, to get their hands on this bone, which they don't really get their hands on the bone. The bone itself, it's like it disappears. Actually, I think, I think that the guy who got the survivor, I think he got it and basically like, he got it and basically just, he goes to the chapel and may have got it back. It's like it becomes a non-factor, this thing. It's like, we leave on this cliffhanger because of who the main bad guy is. Now, we're almost done with this batch episode. We've only about 4 left, and then go back to Kamen Rider Stronger. Yep. But yeah, that's particular review. Next up is going to be a Comic Corner. And look at the time. That's probably going to do right now. It's probably like 1. Alright. So, see you in the next video. Bye.